Good morning, everyone. How are you today? How are you today, students of the prom? Very good? Nice. Well, today we have an activity. Please, I would like you to have ready your books on page 84 and 85. One activity we didn't do previous weeks, okay? So now is the opportunity to continue with this activity. We have the vocabulary part on page 84, please. So, talking about this page. I will show you this page on screen and you will see what is going to be the process of this activity. Okay, so please, with this vocabulary we are starting unit 6. Okay, so let's continue. Let's start with this. Okay, I will show you on screen what's the page and we have here. Yes, this is vocabulary. Everybody please. Okay, we have to decode the missing verbs. What does mean? We have the reference. The first reference we have to answer. As you can see, 43 equals S, 15 equals E. With that, with that answer, we can solve these problems, these charts. How we have here? How? So if it's Kelly was worried about her grandma, it says. Kelly was worried about her grandma. How could she help? The question is 11. 11 is letter 43 is letter S, and we have a reference. We have the reference, so we can say that this number 1 is ask. We ask questions when we want to start a problem in the scientific method. Yes, what we are doing is the scientific method, and we are going to ask questions. We are going to see process how to develop as research. ¿Qué es un research? Research es una investigación. Sorry. Okay. Next, we have in your book, number 2, for several months she has busy with her research. So many ideas. And you have answered to this number 2. If 14 is for several months she was busy with her research. So many ideas. What we do? According to the picture, we do a research. So you complete number 2. We do research. So we are decoding at the same time. Ask 11, S of ask is 43, and K is 25. Then we have letter D 14, and letter O is 34. Okay, then we have number 3. She was interested in a special rug with a sensor to detect her grandma's feet. Was it possible? What's the answer of this? We have in the references, as we can see, with this, she was interested in a special rock with a sensor to detect her grandma's feet. Was it possible? In this moment, in this moment of the research, we write, yes, as the picture says. What is the activity of this? What is the woman doing? In the picture, she is, yes, writing. So the number 3 is write hypothesis. Yes, this research talks about a scientific method in order to create A rock. A rock. Yes, this is a rock. What is a rock? Es un experimento para crear alfombras digitales. Entonces, si vemos la siguiente página, tenemos number 4. She was nervous about her prototype. She was nervous about the prototype. The rock and the sensors were ready. What do we do? What do we do? Number 14 is do, right? D. Sorry. Number 14 is D, and we have to do an experiment. So number 34 is O. Do an experiment. Like, for example, number 2, we have do the research. And number 4, we have do an experiment. After this step, we continue. We have number 5. Kelly is good at numbers. The results of the experiment were good. So when we have the numbers, the survey, so we have the numbers and we have to see. We have to analyze the data. So we analyze the data. 11. In number 1, ask a question. 11 was A. 11, analyze. So 3 is N, 11 is A, L is 31, Y is 54, Z is 55, and E is 15. We analyze data. The correct pronunciation of this word is data. And finally we have 6. 6. She was excited about the results. The electronic rock worked. Grandma was safe. So in number 6 we have 14 D. Yes. In number 2, research. 14 is D. In number 42 we have. No, we don't have. 11, do we have? Yes, we have. In number 1, 11 is A. You write A. And do we have 52? Yes, 52. We don't have, is W. We draw conclusions. Establecemos conclusiones. This is the process of that we do when we do a research. Esto es un proceso en realidad cuando escribimos una tesina, tesis, monografía, etc. Son los pasos que se requiere para hacer una investigación escrita, social, ¿verdad? Primero elaboramos una pregunta, una temática en forma de pregunta, luego hacemos la investigación, luego formulamos la hipótesis, luego hacemos el experimento en sí, para luego analizar cuáles los datos obtenidos de acuerdo a nuestro cuestionario, a nuestra investigación o de acuerdo a qué instrumento hayamos tomado para medir. Luego después del análisis de los datos, analizamos y expresamos conclusiones con nuestros aportes a la sociedad. So, this vocabulary is very interesting. Let's read what is at the beginning of the text. Look at the picture. This is Kelly Reese and her invention. This is Kelly Reese and her invention, a rock for elderly sick people. The rock activates an alarm when an elderly sick person gets up from bed at night. Relatives of the elderly person receive the alarm and can go and check the person is safe. Kelly Reese got inspiration from her grandmother, who suffers from dementia. So, we have another in number 2. In next page, we have to match the steps of the scientific method above to the information. Match the steps of the scientific method above to the explanation. In your book, we can see 6 letters, A, B, C, D, E. So please, you complete according to the exercise we did before. Ask question, do the research, write hypothesis, do an experiment, 5, analyze data, and 6, draw conclusions. I can help you. For example, in number 1, ask question. Ask a question in letter. Yes, letter D, to state a question about a problem. To state a question about a problem. Yes, we state a question about a problem in number 1. We ask question. Number 2. What is number 2? A, B, C, E, F. You have to complete. Yes, after we ask questions, we have to investigate to find out more about the situation or problem. So number 2 is letter C. Number 3, which letter? Don't forget, number 3 is about the hypothesis. Yes, you're right. It's number 3 is letter A. In hypothesis, we express our explanation or solution to a problem in a clear sentence. Number 4. What do we have? We have do an experiment. We an experiment, and what do we have? The answer. The answer is letter B. Yes, letter B. 4. To conduct a very careful plan to test that your idea is valid. Yes, you have to do the experiment to reinforce what the hypothesis said. 5. Says Kelly is good at numbers. The results of the experiment were good. We analyze the data. We analyze the data. What is the answer? E or F? Yes, the answer is E. E. When we analyze the data, we study the information, the numbers, the percentages, to study the information collected in an experiment, okay? So, as a result, F is number 6. To make a summary of the results and relate them to your hypothesis. Yes. In the conclusions, we make a summary of the results. En las conclusiones hacemos un resumen de los resultados para relacionarlos entre ellos con la hipótesis. Yes, please, as activity for you, you have to write number 3. Identify and number the events according to the scientific methods. ¿Cuál es el orden de los eventos de acuerdo al método científico? Ustedes, por favor, entonces lo realizan en los siguientes pasos. Let's go on next page, instruction number 4. In instruction number 4, we have already answered some of them. Complete the mind map with the highlighted expressions in activity 1. You have to complete the mind map. What is mind map in Spanish? Mind map in Spanish es un mapa conceptual o mapa de ideas. El mapa conceptual pues está en relación a las ideas que uno va a expresar o va a formular ya sea en un ensayo o en un texto, ¿no? Entonces utilizamos adjectives and prepositions. Entonces generamos los adjetivos y preposiciones about en las palabras que están en la actividad 1, activity 1. So we have to look at your book, and we have worry about. So you write. Escriben en su mind map worried about. Otro más que esté con about. No. Tenemos acá busy with. Preposiciones con busy with. And you have to write. Tienen que escribir busy with. Entonces acá, ¿no? Busy with. Right here, busy with. In number 3, we have interested in. She was interested in special rock. Interested in. Do we have suffix? We are going to write here in, and here write interested. In number 4, we have nervous about. In number 5, we have good at. And number 6, we have excited about. Please, you complete. Finally, we have here answer the questions. Number 5, answer the questions. Those are about you. You please answer the question about this. Number 1, what were you worried about last week? What were you worried about last week? ¿Qué es lo que te preocupaba la anterior semana? No se olviden, worried es preocupado, ¿verdad? ¿De qué estabas preocupado la anterior semana? ¿Sobre qué estabas preocupado la anterior semana? This is the translation in Spanish. Yes. What were you worried about last week? You're right. I was worried about. This is personal information. Number 2. What are you busy with in the afternoons? What are you busy with in the afternoon? Number 3. What hobby or sport are you interested in? What hobby or sport are you interested in? In Spanish, more or less, the translation is like that. ¿Qué pasatiempo o deporte estás interesado? 4. What are you sometimes nervous about? What are you sometimes nervous about? Ustedes están con su libro, la imagen solamente es de referencia. 5. What subjects were you good at last year? Más o menos sería en español, ¿en qué materia eras bueno el año pasado? Number 5. What subjects were you good at last year? ¿En qué eras bueno? ¿En qué materia eras bueno el año pasado? Responden, I was good at, mantengan ese good at. I was good at math. I was good at science. I was good at PE. ¿Qué es PE? PE es physical education, right? I was good at history, etc., etc. And finally, number 6. What movie are you excited about in your book, please, if you don't see? Number 6. What movie are you excited about? More or less in Spanish is ¿acerca de qué película estabas tú emocionado? ¿O acerca de qué película estás emocionado? movie could be. And you answer the questions, okay? So, now we finish. Do you have any questions about this? Do you have any questions about this? No, it's okay. Well, if you don't have questions, I think that's all about this session of today, okay? So please, next class, we will continue with our next activity. We are going to talk about technology next class. So, the work of today was the vocabulary of the scientific method. How to formulate, how to ask questions, do a research, write a hypothesis, do an experiment, analyze the data, and draw conclusions. Six very important steps when we want to write an investigation about any social science. Any social science this is the process of how to do a monography, a thesis, and so on. Okay, you will see this in deep when you in the future in the university. Very important steps that you are going to remember. Even you will have subjects related with this in the university. It's nice, it's beautiful. So if you don't have more questions, I will stop this session and see you next class, okay? Goodbye.